Mission 20, La Vita Nuova. The New Life. It's the last boss, you see.
We had originally intended Dante to form the Savior's Core. Perhaps it would have been wise to adhere to that choice.
Too late for regrets. Now release Kyrie!
Why oppose the Order? I knew your faith was weak, but I always thought you served our wishes.
Bad enough you lying about all this and trying to kill me. But what really pissed me off was using Kyrie!
What is that?
Love. Look it up.
Come on, kid! It's time to finish this!
Wrapping things up on my end.
Don't be too sure, boy. Although flawed, the power of the Savior is beyond that of which you can
Sanctus is everything that we're looking for in a final boss. He's powerful, he's menacing, he's really old, and kind of frail, and a reiteration of a boss we already did halfway through the game, but now without a giant statue impeding us, thus making him easier than before. Yep. It's basically the same deal. Avoid his attacks, break down his barrier, and once he starts flitting around, stay on him. Even if his frail old man body reflects your attacks, keep at it, because even though it doesn't look like you're doing damage, you are. And by the time he stops defending, if you manage to land a hit, he will be defenseless. And that is when you want to go in with the Devil Buster, and so forth. Sometimes you'll be lucky enough and he won't be defending at all, which won't be very lucky for him. Of course, while you're in this attack, it is a very long wind-up, so feel free to spam the gun button to fire a few extra blades into it. That is what all the cool people do, and bowing to peer pressure is something that we all ought to do every now and then. So, as that is the best way to kill him, that's what you should be doing. This is what I mean by him defending your attacks. Aww! Punk ass. It's alright, I got you in the end. Worried there for a moment. So, if you follow through in the exact way that I do, you'll do maximum damage. There's probably a way to do more damage, but the way I do it is pretty darn effective. Make use of your air combos to stay aloft as long as humanly possible, because if you don't, this guy is probably going to eat some sort of bran muffin and then be regular. And then what? What are you going to do then? You'll have more trouble with him because he'll be ready. He won't be so uncomfortable. Comfortable old man is a dangerous resource. It's a good thing none of them are. And I imagine this one's less comfortable with a giant ethereal fist in his face. I know I would be. That stuff smarts. Thousands of demons can attest to that. And they probably would if they were allowed in a courthouse. But they aren't. Neither are old men. With wings, at least. So sometimes he'll defend you on the ground as well. Same strategy I like to use, just keep doing the, that attack right there. I forget what it's called, but you know which one it is. It keeps on the pressure. It keeps on keeping on. Sanctus is now almost dead. This hasn't really been much of a last boss fight, right? I mean, it's pretty easy. I was expecting a little bit worse. This can give you some trouble, but it likely won't. He only has a few moves to throw at you, because he's old and he can't remember more than a few. But now that he's almost dead, he will move into this phase, which, believe it or not, is more difficult on easier difficulties. He only does it twice for some reason. This is when you want to go into Devil Trigger and beat the ever-loving poo out of him. Because, at this point, you can't bring him into his weakened phase with normal attacks alone. And that's all she wrote.
The power of Sparta! Why won't you give me strength? Am I not worthy?
Never could take those legends too literally. But I do know that Sparta had a heart. A heart that could love another person. A human. And that is what you lack. This time I will save you. Just hold on.
Don't move or I'll...
Sorry I took so long. Kyrie?
It's over. Took your time.
What? You looking for an apology?
Well, how long am I gonna have to wait for it? This guy just doesn't let it go.
This is where it started. And this is where it'll end. On my hand.
All right, then. Go finish it, kid.
Wait for me. You know, God, I always hated that you made my arm like this. Now with it, I can destroy this thing. Who would have thought?
Oh my. Apparently, that's not all she wrote. She wrote an epilogue. Sanctus just won't go down. Goodness. There's an easy way to do this. In fact, there's only one way to do this. Dodge. Devilbringer. The timing on this one is incredibly tight. You have to jump up and do it. Just like that. And then once more right in the forehead.